Hey guys, today I'm going to read the double date by u/Corvo at 4444 September Monday. After my date with Holly last weekend, I saw that Rowley had texted me that he got a girlfriend. I found out pretty quickly who it was at school. It was Abigail. They were a couple in middle school, and it was a nightmare. She tried to change Rowley and took up all of his free time, which almost ruined our friendship. Even worse, she dated him that whole time just to make her ex-boyfriend Michael Sampson jealous. She ended up getting back together with him and abandoning Rowley. Slurp smack. I heard that Abigail and Michael broke up at the beginning of high school and that it was messy. I don't know any of the details though. During lunch I was going to hang out with Rowley, but he was sitting with Abigail and her friends. It didn't look like he was having much fun. I decided to sit with Holly during lunch since we're dating. We talked about the date we recently had together and other places we could go to on future dates. Then I brought up Abigail, and Holly's mood completely changed. Rowley got back together with his ex-girlfriend Abigail. Holly told me that in middle school, Abigail would always cause drama intentionally. Holly said she hadn't personally been affected, but some of her friends had issues with Abigail. Abigail would start rumors about them and try to steal their boyfriends. When school finally ended, I went up to Rowley and told him that I knew he was dating Abigail. I told him that I had some concerns due to his last relationship experience with her. I also said that he shouldn't let her change his clothes or hair like last time. Rowley responded that things were different this time. Abigail told me that she was in a dark place in middle school. She's a nice girl now. Then Abigail suddenly showed up next to Rowley and told me that they were walking home together. She grabbed his hand and walked away and gave me a weird glare while leaving. I know she didn't overhear me tell Rowley my concerns about her since she was too far away, so I don't know what that glare was about. I usually walk home with Rowley, but it looks like he's going to walk home with Abigail from now on. I would walk home with Holly, but she lives in a different area than me. Guess I'll be walking home by myself from now on. I'm having some hard luck right now. This is middle school all over again. At least this time I'm dating Holly, so I won't be completely alone. October Monday. It's been 2 weeks since Rowley started dating Abigail. He hasn't changed his hair or clothes like last time they dated, but he is a lot more distant. We haven't hung out at all. Want to come over and play Twisted Wizard this weekend? I'm taking photos of Abigail for her Instagram this weekend. I'd be really depressed right now if it wasn't for Holly. We've been going on dates and hanging out every day at school. Rowley doesn't want to hang out with me anymore, and most of Holly's old friends from middle school are at different high schools, so we always have time for each other. Looks like we both don't have any friends now, so we'll have to spend more time together. Speaking of relationships, things have been going well with Roderick and Heather. He stopped keeping their relationship a secret and started spending a lot more time with her. Last week he told me that we should tell Mom that we were in relationships because if she found out from someone else, she would be really upset. We decided to tell her together. You boys should have told me earlier. I want to meet Holly and Heather sometime. Mom was happy we were in relationships but wanted to make sure our girlfriends were good influences on us. I guess one of these days she'll make us invite them over to meet them. Mom finished her talk with us quickly, so I thought Roderick and I got off easy. Then an hour later Dad walked over to us. Mom says I need to talk to you guys about. That was not a fun talk, especially with Roderick sitting right next to me. At least my parents seem to have good intentions and want my relationship to go well. Rowley on the other hand has completely ignored me and not asked once about how things have been going since I started dating Holly. I've tried to talk to him, but Abigail always pulls him away. I hope things between us eventually go back to how they used to be. Monday. It's been 3 weeks since I last wrote about how things have been going. Today something surprising happened. Rowley approached me without Abigail with him. Greg, let's go on a double date this weekend. Really? Rowley has been ignoring me for over a month and now he wants to go on a double date? Even though I was mad at Rowley, I said yes because I wanted to hang out with him and hopefully patch things up between us. This actually won't be the first double date I've been on. Last Friday, me, Holly, Roderick, and Holly went to Tony's kitchen on a double date. It was actually a lot more fun than I expected. Heather, thank you for reforming my delinquent brother. Holly, you should read the lovey-dovey stuff Greg writes about you in his diary. Anyways, the double date with Rowley probably won't be as much fun as the one with Roderick, but I think it could help us be friends again. After I told Rowley yes, he gave me something. Rowley told me that Abigail wanted me to have this so that I would remember the time the three of us went to the Valentine's dance in middle school. He also said that Abigail came up with the idea of a double date so the four of us could be good friends. Maybe Abigail feels bad that Rowley and I haven't hung out since she started dating him, so she planned this double date and had Rowley give me this picture. Either that or she's up to something. After talking to Rowley, I went to see Holly to ask if she was alright with going on a double date. I know that you don't like Abigail, but she wants us to go on a double date with her and Rowley this weekend. I explained to Holly that I wanted to go on the double date to try to fix my friendship with Rowley. Holly didn't seem to want to go on the double date but said she would for me and Rowley. Holly told me that we should be careful during the double date since Abigail might be up to something given her history of drama. I thought the same thing. I hope things go well on the double date and that Rowley is right about how Abigail has changed. Saturday today is the day of the double date. It's at Tony's kitchen and Roderick told me he would drive me over to Holly's place and pick up Holly and Heather. He wants to go to Tony's kitchen with Heather but will enter 10 minutes after me and Holly enter and sit at a different table since we're on a double date with Rowley and Abigail. Roderick picked up Holly and Heather and then dropped us off at Tony's kitchen. Holly and I went in and saw Rowley and Abigail at the front getting seats. Yes, we will get you the best possible seats for your group. Me and Holly greeted them and then we went to our seats. Right when we sat down, Abigail started talking about all the things her and Rowley do together. Apparently, they spend just about every day together. It sounded like what they mainly do is watch Abigail's favorite TV shows, go shopping, and have Rowley take photos of her at different places to upload on Instagram. Holly and I could barely get any words in. Finally, I asked Rowley if he and Abigail watch any Joshua music videos together or go to concerts together. What Rowley said next shocked me. I don't listen to Joshua anymore. Abigail taught me that he's for little kids. Abigail had completely changed Rowley these past 6 weeks. I felt sick. I excused myself to go to the restroom. After I washed my face and calmed down, I left the restroom and saw Abigail standing nearby. Abigail approached me and said she had something to tell me. I've liked you since the Valentine's Day dance. Abigail said I was very handsome that night and that she loved spending every second of that night with me. I just remember it being awkward. Abigail also said that when she looked into my eyes when we danced that night, she knew I was the man for her. She didn't mention the part where I thought she had chickenpox because of her zit and freaked out on her. Abigail said that she would break up with Rowley so we could start dating. She also said if I didn't want to break up with Holly, I could date her secretly. Now I knew why she got Rowley to invite me on a double date and give me that photo from the Valentine's Day dance. This was her plan all along. I gave her my response. How could you do this? I will never go out with you. I was furious. I stormed back to the table and told Holly we had to leave now. Then I went to Roderick's and Heather's table and told them we needed to go. Everyone could see how mad I was, so they left without question. While driving us back, Roderick asked if I was okay. I told him I was too upset to explain but that something bad happened involving Rowley's girlfriend. I said I needed to think about this and would talk about it on Monday. The rest of the drive was quiet. I went straight to my bedroom when I got home and thought about what I should do. I decided to go to bed and deal with this on Monday. Monday I decided to talk to Rowley and Holly today to let them know what happened during the double date on Saturday. When I walked into school, everyone was looking at me and whispering. I couldn't hear what anyone was whispering about, but I did see a variety of reactions when I walked by. Some people would giggle and point while others would look at me angrily. Later in the day, 2 girls approached me and one of them insulted me. "You're disgusting." She said that I was awful for trying to cheat on Holly with Abigail during my double date and that Abigail was right to reject me when I secretly asked her out. She also told me that Abigail texted all her friends the story after the double date and that they spread it throughout the school. It looks like everyone at school hates me now. I went to find Holly to explain what really happened. Now I wish I told her what happened on Saturday before Abigail spread this lie about me. I found Holly and was scared how she would react to the story Abigail spread. I trust you, Greg. I know Abigail's story is a lie. Before I even said anything, Holly said she believed in me. I told her everything that happened with Abigail during the double date. Holly said she believed everything, especially given Abigail's history of drama. Then we saw Abigail holding hands with Rowley. Rowley went back to the clothes and hairstyle that Abigail made him have back in middle school. She looked very pleased with herself. I told Holly I needed to talk to Rowley and went up to him and said I wanted to speak with him privately. Surprisingly, Abigail backed away and let me talk with Rowley alone. I tried to tell him what happened, but he wouldn't listen. "You're a liar and a cheater. I never want to talk to you again." "Fine. I don't care if everyone else at school, including Rowley, hates me. As long as Holly believes me, then that's enough." I walked back to Holly and told her that Rowley wouldn't listen. Later in the day, I found Roderick and Heather holding hands in the school hallway. I told them what happened, and they said they believed me and would support me no matter what. Well, at least 3 people at school know the truth now. November Friday this week has been difficult. Everyone at school has been saying that I tried to cheat on Holly and secretly ask out Abigail on our double date. The only people who seem to believe my story and not Abigail's lie are Holly, Heather, and Roderick. Rowley and Abigail look like they have a stronger relationship now. Rowley dresses exactly how Abigail asks him to and does his hair how she likes it. He also seems more obedient in their relationship now. After school today, I was about to walk home by myself again when Rowley went up to me. He was dressed in his normal clothes and had his regular hairstyle for some reason. He said that he needed to talk to me. Unfortunately, there were a lot of people nearby, and since everyone at school thought I tried to steal Rowley's girlfriend, they tried to get us to fight. I thought Abigail sent Rowley to beat me up, so I put up my fists and prepared to fight. Rowley started to jump around in response as some sort of defense. Then Rowley stopped jumping. Rowley told everyone that he had something he wanted to say. I broke up with Abigail. I realize now how manipulative she is. Rowley explained how Abigail manipulated him throughout their relationship. She would insult his friends, guilt him into constantly spending time with her, and make fun of him and his hobbies. Rowley said that he thought about their relationship for a long time and finally realized last night that Abigail most likely lied about what happened during the double date. Rowley told everyone that my story is what really happened. After that, everyone in the crowd left. Rowley went up to me and said I'm really sorry about everything and then started to walk away. I walked up to him as he walked away and asked if he wanted to walk home together. Rowley smiled and told me he would like that. We walked with each other, and Rowley told me that when I first told him I was dating Holly, he actually felt really alone. He said that the following day he asked out his ex-girlfriend, Abigail, and realizes now that was a mistake. After talking and walking for a bit, we finally arrived at our neighborhood. "Want to come over and play?" "Yeah, I think we're friends again." I'll probably stick with normal dates with Holly rather than double dates for a while now though.